Picture a door. You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is a room that feels like a different dimension. A dimension of video games. A dimension of movies. A dimension of bullshit. You're moving into a realm of thought and idea. Into a land of two dudes making a podcast. You are in the minds of Tech and Fish. God damn it. Welcome one and all to In the Minds of Tech and Fish. I'm Tech.
And I'm the other guy.
Fish. Whoa. On today's episode, it's going to be our very first timed episode. You see, Fisher is getting some grumblies in his tumblies, so he's going to be ordering food. And when that food arrives will be the end of the podcast, unless it goes over the amount of time that we normally do with the podcast. But besides that, yeah, we're on a time crunch, because pizza's on the way. Is it on the way? Have you hit order?
Thank you. Your order has been sent, and your
time starts now.
Will be sent to your email shortly with an updated delivery estimate.
I didn't need to know that. I wanted you to read out your email so everyone knew it.
Yes, my payment method is
my payment method is my credit card with the number of 74. So on today's episode of the podcast, the first topic that will on today's episode of the podcast, the first topic we'll be talking about that will inevitably snowball into something else is what we do. Yeah, what we do in school. So we're talking about post-secondary education.
Yes.
Yeah.
College,
boys and girls. If you didn't know, me and Fish are college students.
Yep, we're those good old college boys. We've graduated high school and gone to the next step.
Me and Mo were the high school phase of the once known CNT, and Tech and Fish is the Tech and Fish stage of the channel. The new beginnings.
The new beginnings.
I just said that the fresh start,
the fresh start,
a new age,
the new age.
One could call it the golden age.
The golden age, some would say.
The dark ages was every time we took a hiatus. But yeah, we're in college, which, I mean, if that doesn't help explain why we take frequent breaks and stuff like that, then yeah. It also helps explain why we can't do stuff in the summer and the winter, because we live in different fucking states because we just go to college together.
Yep, we met in college, so it was like, hey, we go to school together, we live together.
Let's make do movies. Some shit.
And then we didn't think, oh, wait, we live hours away.
Hey, look, here's the thing. We lived together for 4 months, like, at a time together. So we try to do as much as possible in those 4 months as possible. Wait. Yeah, that sounds about right? But yeah, that's why, like, we try to prepare for summer and winter. It usually does not work.
Yeah. We try to playing corny. Time to play. We try to play.
That spiked water's really getting to you.
Yeah, that spiked Mio water. Is really good.
Dude, man, I heard Mio has at least a 14% alcohol. But yeah, college, it rules and it drools at the same time sometimes.
It's really cool though, because we go to film school and we make movies.
Yeah, we go to film school, so we're learning movies and we're making movies. We're learning and making movies at the same time.
This is honestly, this channel is more just kind of like a creative outlet to make stuff
in a sense.
While we work on our bigger projects.
Well, it's also a way for us to study movies, because we have movie talks.
Yeah,
and that's like a way to watch oh, this is a bad movie, let's not do something like this, or oh, this is a good movie. Let's make something like this, but not make something like this, because you don't want to copy someone, even though no idea is original. Basically,
that's what our teacher says.
That's what every single one of our teachers says. Which, I mean, I heard those statements before I ever came to this school. It was just, that's like one of those phrases. like early bird gets the worm, and don't stick your dick into an electrical socket.
Yeah, I wish I'd heard about that second one.
Guys, have you ever seen an overdone hot dog? How it's kind of exploded on the end.
Jesus Christ.
Well, a little anatomy lesson on Fisher's body. It's fairly accurate. Have you ever seen the monsters off Stranger Things and how their mouth kind of opens and you see all the insides?
You mean the Demogorgon?
The Demogorgon.
Dude,
what's up?
What do you think about Stranger Things season 2?
Dude, I'm not ready. That's a different podcast. That's a Netflix original. We haven't even talked about film school. I was just talking about your dick. It's shoved into an electrical socket.
Yeah, that's not the topic.
That's not the topic of the day. I mean, technically, the whole point of this podcast is to snowball into other ideas, but I kind of want to like actually talk about the idea.
About what we said we were going to talk about. Yeah.
But yeah, film school. It's a grand old time. Art. It's an art school, so you have to do art classes. You have to do like fucking photography and painting and drawing and filming
and movies and graphic design.
Yeah, you have to take like history classes on art and film, and you get to watch all these like silent movies and all these bad, well, not bad movies, but like old movies that like nowadays
don't hold up.
Yeah, that don't hold up all too hot. But then you get into the fun classes where you get to write movie scripts and you get to
direct scenes.
You get to direct movie scenes and learn about the camera and learn about computers and all that stuff. And you get to jump into the giant pool known as the film industry, kinda, in a small scale. Because we go to like a private film school technically.
We say private film
We say
school.
private, it's really small. It's just a really small school. Well, technically it is a private school because it doesn't accept some of the scholarships that our state gives us for all public schools. They actually just started accepting them this year. Interesting side note for any of you wanting to get into financials. But yeah, so what were we saying?
We're just talking about film school.
Oh yeah, film school. But I mean, we get to do a lot of cool stuff here. In all honesty, we get to work on sets. We get
to like work on different sets. I mean, we also our teachers send us like actual
we get like
job opportunities.
Yeah, we get internship opportunities to work on like music videos they're having around town, to work at production houses and stuff like that. So like if you're down to clown, you're able to fucking do whatever you want, really.
Yeah, like this weekend we got an email asking to work at like the Country Music Awards.
Yeah, the good old CMAs, and of course that spot got filled in like seconds.
Yeah, yeah, it got filled in like 2 minutes, which upsets me.
Yeah, bad town bears. I mean, like when you really think about it, the film section of our school is the largest section of our school, besides graphic design
and fine art.
Because of that, like. Even though they spit out internships and like job opportunities left and right for us, we still run into the issue of like there's still too many kids.
Yeah, plus we have 2 other film schools to compete with.
Also, we have like 2 sister film schools.
No, we have 3.
3? Okay, yeah. I get you. Hey, dude, silence your phones. We're in the middle of a fucking podcast.
Oopsie.
And I don't want your little
and Daisy.
I don't want your little ding dongs happening in the background. What was that? Facebook Messenger?
That was Snapchat.
Wait, Snapchat makes that notification? Dude, let me tell you, I haven't fucking turned on the sound on my phone in probably a year.
Your order is being prepared.
Oh, snap. But yeah, I haven't like I never use ringtones. I have ringtones set, but like I don't know why.
Ringtones.
Yeah, like no, I love the concept of ringtones, but I always have my phone on vibrate. You'll almost never catch me with my ringtone actually turned up unless I accidentally turn it up somehow.
What a lame brain.
I mean, there was like one summer where I had the Batman Arkham like notification sound that would play in Arkham Asylum whenever they would do something over the PA system. The dum da dum dum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that, and it's still set to that. And I had it like I was just like, you know what, I'm really digging this. So I turned up my phone for a full summer. That's Jesus Christ, dude. What is in that Mio?
I would read you off the ingredients.
I would read you off the ingredients, but I don't got the little pouch.
It's in our kitchen.
I've never even tried Mio. I've never tried, like, the only, like, I ain't fucking, I'm seeing how it's affecting you, and I'm scared now. Like, oh, you know what we should do one day? Since we have ghost peppers in the fridge?
Make our friends eat them again?
No, we should eat them right before the podcast and do a pepper podcast.
It'll be 5 minutes.
It'll be 5 minutes of us just like crying in agony from a ghost pepper.
Let's do a vlog. Let's do a pepper vlog.
A pepper vlog. Oh no.
Let's do that.
Well, no, that was like the thing when we started this podcast. We were like, we'll try to do vlogs whenever we can, and we don't have time to fucking do them.
Let's just get our boy Nico. You guys know Nico.
Get him to eat a pepper. We have 3 left.
Well, I mean,
technically,
like, yeah.
To film it.
Yeah, I was gonna have him to film it.
No. If we're gonna do peppers, we got to eat all of them that we got.
Let's have our good old boy Casey. Talking about film school. We'll talk about some of our friends. We got some cool people that go to film school.
Yeah, we got some fun people from all over the country.
Probably the closest thing we'll have to guest on here too.
The closest thing we'll have to guest is our friends, because they have some interesting stories. They have some interesting stuff and concepts to talk about. In all honesty,
a lot of them are other filmmakers, photographers.
Yeah,
artists.
And then we have like graphic design friends. And do we have any interior design people?
We have an interior design program at our school with probably 1 or 2 people in it. It's
sad. Good. Shout outs to our school. Won't name its name. Because that's weird. Because like art students and like art schools are they're super public and they're super out there. Normally, like I've noticed just going here for the past 2 years that that art students are usually they're 1 or 2 polarities. One, they're super open about like everything about them and everything around them. They're super open about it, or they're super shut in about it.
Yeah,
there's no in between.
You have your introverts and you have your extroverts, and like you said, there's no in between.
There's no in between in an art school, and it's really weird to me and you see it in classes. Like you see it in the middle of classes, just like how people interact with each other and how they interact in class is just like you literally will have moments where the room is like just halfway divided in between like introverts and extroverts. I mean extroverts. Jesus.
I mean, you can kind of see that in like our screenwriting class.
Oh yeah, no. Well, as I said, that's what I said in our classes. Like, it's just crazy to me that there's no in between. Like, I'm very private about like most things in my life.
Yeah,
but it's also like I'm also open about a lot of things in my life. So I fall in the middle. Typically, but it's like I've noticed just being around film students or being around art students in general that they're like they're on both ends of the extremes. Which is also like I don't know how to explain it really. It's just weird how like even though we're like this is honestly a really diverse school that like there's so many similarities. Also, I found out that I'm kind of like the odd boiled egg when it comes to like what general studies I'm good at. Because I've also found like 90% of most like art students were really good at English and history and shit at everything else.
I'm kind of the same on that one because like I was a big math and science guy.
But I'm the exact opposite. I was fucking killer at math, science, and history. History was fairly easy, but English was my kryptonite.
That same here. It's not really English for me. It's more or less just like writing papers. I'm shit at writing papers.
Well, that was the thing. Like I just hated reading. I was one of those types that just hated reading articles, having to read books and stuff like that for school. Like the only
it's so hard to just sit there and read something you're completely
you're like it's so hard to read stuff that you're just not interested in. That's what put me off of reading for so long until like my senior year of fucking high school. When I finally was just like, you know what? I'm kind of interested in this book. I think I'm going to read it. Like it was one of those things where it just school literally put me off of like a way to gain knowledge in a sense. Where did this come from? Reading. Oh yeah. But like I hated that aspect of English. So I took college English in high school because A, I knew that the school I was gonna go to accepted those credits, and B, it was all essay writing, which I was still shit at, but at least I didn't have to read.
Yeah, no, same. I did the.
So like for me, I've gotten a lot better at writing essays. I still say that I'm pretty shit at writing essays, but I've gotten to the point where I can make like B's and A's on essays.
I'm still rough for me, but I'm getting better.
Well, it's also there's fucking like 15 different styles of writing. Then it's dependent on if you're writing like a short novella, or if you're writing a book, or if you're writing a movie script, or an MLA style paper, or a Chicago style paper, or an APA style paper. There's so many fucking ways to write that it's just like, how do you know them all? How that is the question of the day. How? Title of the podcast. How?
Wow.
Wow. It's gonna be a 3-word title. How, wow, and cow. Let's talk about the dairy industry here for a second. Did you know that chocolate milk doesn't come straight from the cow?
What?
Jesus Christ, dude. Why?
I'm sorry.
Why do you make my life hell in editing? Why do you literally make my life hell in editing?
That once.
You're editing this episode of the podcast.
Okay.
And it'll never go up.
Sad days.
Literally, if I gave Fisher any responsibility besides sitting in the chair and recording, Tech and Fish would never have a video.
Not true. It just wouldn't. You would have pretty bad audio.
And then it wouldn't even be that. It would just be like, it would like you'd forget to upload something and stuff like that.
I'd be pretty good about it.
I don't know.
If we were on a schedule making stuff like we have been lately, I'd remember.
Yeah, and we're behind on schedule technically.
Technically, I mean we're
no, we're not. No, we're not. But I mean, if I gave you a schedule, I feel like your procrastination levels are still so high that like if I didn't remind you like every day.
It depends. Like you said, it depends on, you told me this before. It depends what class I'm in, or it depends on what I'm doing with how interested I am and how I get it done. Like,
yeah,
directing,
I guess
I get my stuff done really, really fast and ahead of schedule. So, well, besides this last cut, that's the only exception.
I'm fucking stressed out about that. Like, out of my mind.
You still gotta find another.
I gotta find. I know. Technically, I still have to find both actors because I only have a maybe. So I'm just like, I'm sitting back, relaxing. I might have to.
Well, Austin's gonna be RU2.
I might have to star in my own directed scene.
You can't do that,
dude. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. Directors act in their films all the time.
Seriously, you can't though.
No, I know it's fucking against the rules. I understand.
I didn't know.
Couldn't you tell my sarcastic tone?
I don't know. You guys send a text message to 33218 and text yes or no to see if Chayton was being sarcastic.
Let's talk about sarcasm for a second. Sarcasm is a tricky bitch because some people make it very obvious when they're sarcastic.
Yes.
And then there's people like me and Fisher who are very deadpan when it comes to just our sarcasm. Like, we'll just straight up with like the straightest face and the most monotone voice. Well, not even monotone voice. We'll just sound like we're talking normally. We'll be sarcastic.
Yeah.
And Jesus. And like people, I was dealing with someone the other day who's like complaining about something. And I just answered back. It's just like, this is what's wrong with the world. We obviously need more of this happening. And I was talking about the bad things. And the person just turned to me and they're like, you actually believe that? I was like, no, that was sarcasm. And then they didn't act like they understood the concept of sarcasm. And I was like, I was joking.
So it's not serious.
I'm not being serious, and I'm joking. I don't. Gosh. What?
I went down and I pulled this and it.
Oh God, man! Why you gotta look, man? I'm trying to give you the best audio experience known to man, and you're yelling into the microphone. You're yanking your headphone cables. What do I have to do to make you happy?
Okay, I was just saying how long you could be silent for.
Jesus, you broke the mic again. You actually peaked that time.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
do you see the little red?
Yeah.
You see the little red boxes?
I see the little red boxes.
And you also see how you like went off screen?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you broke it. Are you trying to figure out how?
No, I've always like looking at audio waveforms. I've always looked at the line and thought it was like symmetrical for the most part.
No,
but it's not.
No.
So like I peaked in the low end.
Mm-hmm. You want to know why? Because when you laughed, you breathed into the mic, causing very low audio tones to just shoot into the microphone, causing your breath to make the peaks.
Well, look at that, guys. If you didn't know about audio, you do now.
Not really.
Yeah.
Look, man, I just want a nice crisp, clean podcast. And you're preventing that for me.
What are you talking about?
What do you... okay, I don't know if you notice this just watching our levels as they scroll by, but I'm a very even talker. Unless I'm yelling, which usually I'm able to restrain that yelling. But like a lot of my waveforms are almost always identical. Like they're always around the same level. And then we have you, who sometimes will be on the right level, and sometimes you'll have something that sounds a little bit like this. And then sometimes you'll be yelling.
I'm sorry?
You're all over the place, damn it. And you know how much work it is to fucking compress that shit to where we actually sound good?
I've seen you do it. You like throw it under like 2 or 3 things.
And now it's up to 10. I kid you fucking not.
What?
I've had to put a lot more work into it, because, like...
Okay, you didn't tell me that. You just told me, you've just been complaining about it. If you told me you actually had to do more work into it, I would have worked to not do it as much. See? Like that bit of audio is all on the same, like,
it wasn't,
wavelength.
It wasn't, though.
For the most part, it was. Now I'm getting off. Anyways, let's not talk about our audio wavelengths the whole time.
Look, man, audio wavelengths are a great thing. I based an entire math project off of it.
Did you have to
that's
present
the end of that
today?
topic. No, I have to present it fucking next week.
Next week.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking dumb. Literally, I'm going to be coming back from class and we're going to be recording.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about his presentation
talk about math
next week.
Well, not next. Well, actually, technically, we only record these once a week, even though we need to record more. Look, guys, as I said at the beginning, since we're not together in the coldness of winter and the hotness of summer, things become difficult when it comes to recording. So, like, for all of December, or half of December and half of January, we're gonna have to pre-record stuff. So if we disappear,
you'll know.
That just means we couldn't pre-record stuff because we're lazy and we don't want to record.
Yeah.
Which usually it's like, it's one of those things where, because we record on days that we have an 8 a.m. class.
Yeah.
Because that's literally the one time that we can record a podcast and a movie talks together. Because we record our podcast and our movie talks usually in the same night, just because we get a week's worth of content done in a night. It's usually pretty simple. We start the night out with a podcast, and then we finish the night out with a movie talk. So it's a nice little balance. And because we do it on our 8 a.m. class, normally, because if you listen to 2 episodes ago, episode 3, sleeping, we talk about how we have issues sleeping. And because our class schedule fluctuates so much, we can't sleep. So usually after that 8 a.m. class, we're usually like fucking passed out for 3 hours, and then we have afternoon classes.
Well, you do.
Well, technically on the days that we record, you don't.
Oh, yeah. But on Mondays we have
Yeah.
another class.
Yeah. But like it's one of those things where our schedule really wants to prevent us from doing stuff.
And I mean, we'll be the same way next.
Yeah, next semester it'll be we'll actually have to change the day that we normally record.
Yeah.
And we also won't, because the main thing is we can only record during the weeks, because on weekends we
have sets.
lots. Yeah, we're on film sets. Going back to the main topic of the video.
Yeah, going back. Yeah, we work on
film sets like almost every other weekend, depending on how many we get offered. And then on the other weekends, we have like work stuff and family stuff we got to take care of for the most part. That's like takes all our time on the weekends, which means even if we wanted to try to get ahead, we can't get ahead because like we only have one night a week to record.
And it's also hard with like doing the kind of content we do, like podcasts.
Yeah, like
stuff.
long form stuff. Like,
when just like the fact if we want to like try and backlog a bunch of stuff, it's hard to record a bunch of podcasts in a row because we end up just talking about a lot of the same topics.
Well, and it's also like switching from gaming to podcasts and movie talks and stuff like that. With gaming, it's like you record for 2 hours and that's 8 episodes. That's almost 2 weeks of content just from a single 2-hour session.
Yeah.
For us, if we watch a 2-hour movie, that's 1 episode.
Yeah.
It's half of a week of content because we have a podcast and then we have movie talks. But it's like, it's one of those things where honestly, podcasts and movie talks are almost harder to do just because of scheduling and time.
They're easier to make, but they're just harder to like do like
and
very
schedule, especially
serialized.
especially if we want to get guests on, and especially if we have like certain times that we have to record and then something comes up and we can't do it, or like we want to record something with a guest and then something comes up to prevent us from doing so. And stuff like that, and then we have to like kind of change up our whole game plan about what we're gonna do. So it's one of those things where like time management's a bitch. And
something we're still working on a little bit.
Something that we're working on, especially with winter time coming up.
And then when
us
we get
being
back,
on break.
When we get back, we gotta fucking worry about our productions as well.
Yeah, because we have to actually shoot a movie next semester.
Well, in
all honesty, we will probably be on set every single weekend, like come after the first month of fall.
Because we will have.
There's
we have
the basic layout of our film productions is that during our first films that we have to make, we have a group of 4 people and we rotate out of the main 4 positions, which is assistant director, DP, and I believe script soup. And throughout the 4 short films, we rotate in between those 4. So that's 4 weekends of film shooting or film sets that we have to do just in general to do our own. And then, of course, there's also going to be like 3 to 4 other groups of 4 people
that will need help
on their sets. And so in return of hopefully them helping us on our sets, we'll help them on their sets. So like basically, in all honesty, we'll probably be working like 8 sets next semester.
It'll be a hard time to do, but it'll be fun, and we'll be making a bunch of movies. So there's that.
It's like it's one of those things where like making movies is really fucking rewarding.
It's a lot of time to put into. And
I mean, especially like when it's kind of different when it's your movie and it's just like you assemble all the crew together and stuff like that. Because, like, it's a lot different than, like, watching a movie that you helped make.
Yeah.
Like, if you wrote the script and you directed it and you edited it and you did everything, it's like, that's an achievement. Oh, hello. Oh, is that a timer?
That's
Jesus,
it.
they were fast. They're fast. That was 30 minutes or less.
Hello? Yes, I can.
Uh-huh.
One minute, sir.
Un momento, por favor.
Well, guys, I'm signing off to get some food. I'll see you later.
This is, I'll do the outro by myself. Don't even worry about it.
I got you.
But this has been In the Minds of Tech and Fish. Sorry for such the abrupt end, but, like, pizza calls. I'm your host, Tech. with my co-host, Fish, who just ran out the front door to go get pizza. I hope you enjoyed the show. This was one of our entries where we didn't get a whole lot done, but we also did get a whole lot done. Because that's the point. We don't get anything done. This has been In the Minds of Tech and Fish. Subscribe, comment, like, dislike, tweet, Facebook like to discern between that, Reddit post, do anything and everything you want to do to share this video or to destroy this video. Join us back next week where we'll be talking about how chimpanzees are smarter than the average dolphin.